So much for 10 seconds of silence. That's my alarm going off to feed the cat.
Oh my god.
Let's try it again.
Leave it in the vid.
Hello everyone and welcome back to 4pixels. Coco and Kimi here with
Yes.
our guests Buttons and Layfulay from Cacophony of Games, and we are continuing the letter. Last we left off, Isabella was treating her friends Zach and Becca to dinner since she made the sale of the mansion.
Lunch, actually.
Or lunch.
I mean...
lunch, dinner, breakfast. They just...
Food.
It's food.
Food.
Guess what, guys? I'm Pain! I sold the house!
As the news sinks in, their expressions goes from sheer bewilderment to utter surprise. Aren't those... Yeah, whatever.
Surprise.
That's more like it.
You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. As of today, I'm Maria Isabella Grace Cruz Santos and free from my instant noodle binge.
Wow, seriously?
Hold it, Belle. You sold the house? Yep.
I love that she said her
Which
whole
house
name.
is this? In Aslam Village? The one with the open house yesterday? The one and only. Come on, Becca. I know you've got a better memory than that. Oh, wow. That's... wow.
She lets out a hum. Although she's nodding, she gives the impression of someone who has heard something unbelievable and is still forcing her brain to absorb it.
Doesn't she teach high schoolers?
She runs the blog Shits My Students Say.
Great blog.
I love it so much.
I had no idea it existed, but I'm gonna look it up right
God,
now after
please
this.
do. Yes.
Same.
Did she think we wouldn't be able to sell it? Have some faith in me, Becca. Am I not your best friend or what? Well, the way things are going, maybe not.
Wow.
The words tumble out of my mouth, one after another, before I can stop them.
No.
I've been trying to avoid bringing up yesterday's little spat, and judging from the looks on their faces, it seemed they are too. Me and my stupid mouth.
I'm sure it ain't the way you're thinking, Bella.
No, I do
GG.
believe you. But don't you think the sale happened a bit too fast? The open house only started yesterday, and now you already have a buyer?
Becca understands. There's some weird shit going on.
It happens from time to time. Yeah, but... Look, I'm happy for you. Just yesterday, you've been really worried where to get money for your dad's new treatment. And now, all of a sudden, you have something. What if the sale doesn't push through, or I don't know, they're a fraud, or they suddenly back out? Isn't it a little too early to celebrate?
Rebecca does have a point, Bella. If you haven't closed the deal yet, there's still a chance they'll go back on it.
They don't seem like it to me. The lady appeared to really want it, and she approached me without even finishing the tour.
Pressured me into it, more like it.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna tell Becca about that. Knowing her, she'll only worry.
And she already hired someone to handle the house's interior design.
You're joking. Who would do that?
The Wrights, apparently. It's actually pretty funny. She's a bit too excited to get the property, she forgot to buy it. At any rate, they've already signed the agreement today, so it's just a matter of time. And don't tell anyone about this, but Ma'am Hannah also gave us something extra. Something as in... As in...
Why would you tell?
I can treat you two to a free meal.
I'm more surprised you accepted it.
She didn't really give us a choice in the matter. So don't lose sleep over this, okay? The couple really want the house. If Rose didn't stop them, they'd likely have paid up front for it yesterday. That's despite the legends, too. I even tried to show them the letter. But nope. I want this house, darling. Go take all our money. You
That's
don't
not
really
exactly
think
how it
they
happened,
believe
but
that,
okay.
Do you? I'm pretty sure for them, those are just rumors as well. No one is that superstitious in this day and age, Belle. Oh, well, there's you.
Right. You know what?
Excuse you.
I'll just eat all of these by myself.
I begin to gather their plates to my side, the food and eat still untouched.
Good, good.
A laugh almost escapes my mouth with the way Zach's expression quickly changes to disappointment. Oh,
Don't hurt him. Don't champion me to Zach.
Oh.
That, Isabella.
Becca hands interrupts me just as I'm about to pull her plate closer to me.
I'm kidding. Don't go all pouty on me again. I'm just concerned you'll get hurt if this doesn't happen. I know how badly you want to close this deal for your papa.
I'm sure he's gonna be fine now, though, with the money. They don't know yet. I think I'll call them tomorrow. Let them know things will be easier. Mama said this morning he's showing progress with the new treatment, too. It's just a matter of time.
I allow myself to smile, genuine and uninhibited. It's strange talking about this with other people, even those who have known you long enough. But today, things simply feel a whole lot lighter with them there. Lunch passes in an enjoyable fashion. Laugh here, a playful jab there, but most of it is spent on catching up and telling stories about whatever keeps us busy these days. Something we couldn't afford to do the day before, taking into account what happened. Even Becca's surprisingly chatty. Is there something in the sea bass we ate?
Maybe.
Zach, though, appears less energetic. While he's far from being the life of a party, he's definitely not the type to keep quiet in a conversation with his friends. And no, what's wrong, Zach? Apart from a few inputs, he's been silent the entire time.
Talk to us, Zach.
If Becca notices...
Are you sure you're not
She
feeling
will.
under the weather,
Yep.
Zachary?
Huh? No, I'm okay. No worries, Rebecca.
Doesn't sound okay to me.
It's okay. I might be feeling a little bummed out today, but I'm sure this will pass.
No.
Oh no, what happened?
This morning.
A pained expression crosses Zach's face, and almost immediately Becca retreats in her inquiry as though the man's look is enough of an answer for her. I look between the two of them.
We need to punch some reviewers.
Yeah, we do.
Yep. Yep, you got it.
Did I miss something? What happened this morning? Did I stumble on a big secret? This is why I don't like waking up late.
Oh, Zach is blushing.
Sorry, I just happened to check on some sites this morning.
Nah, it's a very sensitive topic in the first place. I should have expected it.
What reviews?
Becca glances at Zach, her motions unsure, eyes asking for his consent on the matter. Although there's a small desire to keep asking on my part, I don't dare voice it out. With Zach, it has always been better to wait, let him speak on his own. Becca too, to an extent, although with her, explosions of temper are more common. In the end, he simply answers with a momentary shift of his shoulders, gesturing for her to go on with a tilt of his head.
It's his movie.
That doesn't explain anything. Stop dangling the information, Becca!
Zachary, I'm not the one supposed to be telling her about this. At the end of the day, it's still your documentary.
Is it something bad?
Not bad per se. You guys don't need to dwell on it much.
Bad? Listen here. I wouldn't trivialize what those bowheads wrote if I were you. They're ruining other people's jobs.
From how her tone rises in anger, it seems like she's the one slighted and not Zach. A snicker escapes me, which I promptly stamp down on as soon as she sends me a hard look.
This isn't a laughing matter, Isabella. Some bowbag just insulted him.
Calm down, Rebecca. Those are just reviews, and it happens a lot.
I do not care about you two, but calling the entire film an out-and-out dribble, you're better off watching an educational kids' TV show, and worst 1.5 hour of my life, among other things, isn't exactly a critique any decent movie reviewer would say. If you could call that a critique, did we even watch the same film?
Well, maybe I ain't cut out for it. Better stick with my photography or something. If nothing else, this helped me open my eyes to what I can and can't do.
No, Zach!
Oh, Zach!
It wasn't a question.
It was just something experimental I did on my free time anyway. It's no big deal.
So I just looked it up since I was curious. Ball bag. In Scotland, the term was dubbed hurricane ball bag, the term ball bag being a Scots word for scrotum, which is also slang for a coward or to describe a weak person.
Yep.
I like the fact that they have that little thing, like, it happens for Becca right there where it just says, I did not care, with the, like, she goes a little Scottish because she's pissed.
Yeah.
That's a really, really good attention to detail.
Well, it's just like with Isabella's back and forth with her mom. She was using Philippine words there.
Mm-hmm.
Kuya, and what was the other one?
It was a phrase.
Ate.
Yeah.
Yeah, ate. So, it's
But
nice.
you worked on it for months.
Doesn't look like it matters for those people.
Don't say that!
My palm strikes the table, sending the tableware on top clinking against each other. I haven't even noticed when I've risen from my seat. But here I am, chest heaving, looking down at him in the same manner a teacher will at any unruly student. Becca's probably proud. She sure looks it. I don't mean to yell, but there are some things people like Zach aren't supposed to say. How exasperating. He, of all people, should know.
If you give up now, how do you know you won't make a name for yourself creating films in the future? It's just a review.
Except they're pretty well-known critics.
Why does that matter?
Who cares?
They aren't the
Yeah.
ones calling the shots.
Michael
on
Bay
this.
still gets to make
Isn't
films.
that why they have a committee? Right, Becca?
An amused gleam is in her eyes when I turn to her. Why did she
She's so
find
proud.
so entertaining in this situation? Help me here. Your friend's about to quit his passion for a petty reason. I've not read what those people wrote against his work, but a few scathing words shouldn't be enough to discourage someone. I should know. After all, I'm...
Failing?
And if
means
not,
you're
just do
playing,
it out of
Zach.
spite.
Not that I'm saying it's bad. I've seen it from start to finish, and I know for myself what you created isn't something people should scoff at. I don't know anything about filming or photography. Hell, I don't have an inkling of artistry in me except for those doodles I make for class. But I know what I watched. Look at Isabella. It's not every day you see her all riled up like this.
Whatever I'm about to say gets lost in my tongue as a flush of embarrassment blooms across my face.
It was a heat of the moment thing. And anyway, I'll be very angry with you if you quit. What about the exhibit?
What exhibit?
Classified information.
Even if I bring you your favorite tonight?
Ooh.
Oh.
Nope, not a chance.
Aww.
Oh, come
Lie.
on! I thought we aren't supposed to have secrets.
A burst of laughter comes from Zach.
Yes!
Too.
Aw, no, you...
I might need some time alone to myself for a while. Just to think about things, how I'll go from here, that sort of stuff. Hey, I'm not quitting, Bella. Don't give me that face.
There's no face at all. Only a poor imitation of a puppy dog's eyes, if you can call it that one.
Promise.
I'll be damned if I break any promise I make to you guys. Besides, you're right. It's too
Oh.
early to say anything right now. What's night ain't for another week?
And that's all the answer I need from him. As sentimental as it sounds, there's fulfillment in knowing another person you know won't take the same path you've walked. Oh, that hurt. That hurt.
Oh.
It's not like it's over for me, though. I've still got time. I can still come back.
Yes.
Do my own thing. Do what I really want to do. Surely, once Papa recovers, once I'm done with everything. Inside my bag, my phone buzzes unexpectedly, breaking the pleasant afternoon lull. The screen shows Rose.
Oh no.
Hey, Isabella. You at the office?
Oh, she got her name wrong.
Oh.
That's weird.
Intentionally.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
oh,
intentional.
Okay, yeah.
Very funny, Rose. I'm hanging up.
Don't, I'm kidding. BRC says the floor plan copies are ready for Miss McCullough to pick up.
She states that as if it already explains everything. Then, out of the blue, she launches a long rant about the awful state of Luxbourne streets, betraying her cheerful greeting. Someone is driving. All of which she says in a single breath that I can barely keep up and make out a single word. I stay quiet, if only to avoid becoming the next subject of her frustration. She's similar to Becca in that regard.
I'm stuck in horrendous traffic right now. Bloody stupid drivers.
When she finally
Relatable.
ran out of things to complain about and stops, what she says next still has none of what I'm hoping to hear from her. Just a quick mumbled plea for me to meet the right interior designer in her stead, and an...
Anyway, I'll leave it to you. Bye. Thanks.
For a second there, I thought she was like gonna crash or something.
Oh god.
Classic Rose. She ends the call without even asking for my input. The sky is cloudless, and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we depart from the cafe. Let's see. Go ahead, Tori.
Okay. A day after the open house, the Wrights are seen... I can just barely read that. Securing, yeah. Okay. A day after the open house, the Wrights were seen securing the mansion's purchase at Briar Realty's Luxbourne office. Parties involved in the transaction were surprised at how fast it went, but agreed it was to be expected when dealing with influential people like the Wrights. Happy over the sale, Isabella Santos treated her friends to lunch.
Yay!
Hi.
The sky is cloudless and the noontime sun is beating down on the hard concrete when we depart from the cafe. It's far from unbearable, but it's enough to put most people in a fickle mood or make them vulnerable to catching something. No wonder we have staff members going AWOL lately, not to mention my boss's mercurial moods. I can't believe I'm saying this, but I want our usual cloudy weather back. For all the gripes about the unpredictable weather, though, the streets of Luxbourne remain constantly busy. The hurried tapping of shoes against the pavement and the inane chatter coming from the lunchtime crowd fills the humid afternoon air. A small reminder of the things we've yet to do, regardless of how much I want to return to the comfort of my bed. Back to Briar Realty for me, Zach to a meeting with a magazine publisher featuring luxury houses, and Becca to her lesson plans and books at home. But more than once, I catch her sneaking a longing glance over something displayed on a shop window. Did she want to buy something? Maybe I can get it for her this Christmas. I turn my head at the last shop she checked out. A fleeting glimpse. The world stills.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh!
Hi there.
Hello there. I was starting to miss you.
And we will go ahead and end things right here. Thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.